Hello, adventurers. My name's Tyler.
And I'm Richard.
On today's episode, we're going to be discussing from the car the latest D&D Direct. Welcome to True Strike.
Howdy, folks, and welcome back to the mobile show.
Howdy!
Today we're talking about the D&D Direct that was on August 27th.
Yeah, we're a couple weeks out from that.
Yeah.
That's what you get for being a show that releases every week but records bi-weekly.
Yeah. It's something that we wanted to talk about, but we had other things that we had to talk about or really wanted to talk about.
Reviews. Yeah.
Yeah, so we decided that we were going to do a quick record while we were on the road.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to look at you very much because I'm trying to look here.
Here is
on the road again.
Keeping us alive.
Yeah.
To record more of these later. But we will go through these topics one by one, give your thoughts, etc. Most of you have probably already heard this by now. Like, if you haven't already watched it, I recommend just going and watching the D&D Direct. It's like 20 minutes long. But
this is more like our hot takes.
Yeah, we just like to talk sometimes. And we make these things anyway. So
Richard's cab confession.
There's no cash in this cab, but we do have takes. If the audio is funky, sorry, let us know, and we'll try not to do as many of these. This is the first one we've done, but we've considered doing them before.
Yeah, we have.
So this is our first time actually trying it out. But let's get into it. The D&D Direct, like you mentioned, was on August 27th, 20-minute long video or so. It started off getting like happy moments and positive vibes from D&D staff, fans, stuff like that. And then they really sat there on the Player's Handbook for a while, the one that releases, September 17th. Some of us already have it. If you have D&D Beyond and pre-ordered it digitally, if you have the Dungeon Masters tier, you already have it as of recording. Otherwise, you're going to have this book soon if you don't already. The big things here is they really focused in on new artwork that, hasn't been publicly shared yet and stuff like that, and just really trying to build up hype for it. I get it. It's just the hype of a new release.
Yeah.
And it's a good book. I'm glad I'm hyped about it, and I have the thing. So good for them.
It's good. It's interesting to talk about it from our perspective because we've now had the book for a while,
about a month-ish.
Yeah. So for us, there's not much new for us, but if you don't have the book yet, there's a lot of really cool stuff to see here.
They're one of the local game stores where my kids play D&D every week. Today was their very first. They basically wrapped up their campaigns for the 2014 Player Handbook style last week, and this was the first day of making their new characters that they're going to be playing, every week going forward. So a lot of tables are going to be doing this now, and it's kind of a cool celebration that us as players, we all get to go through this together and update our characters. Our home game next week before we play, I got to get with all of you, except for you, everyone but you, and update everyone's characters. And it's not because Richard already has the Player's Handbook, it's because he's a homebrew, class and subclass. So nothing got changed. After that, some of the more things that I'm excited for, they were showing off new images and things from the Dungeon Master's Guide, which is releasing on November 12th. Just, a couple months away. I'm so hyped for this book. I want it. I want to know everything except for Bastions.
Yeah, that's the only part I'm not excited for. Everything else, super hype.
Are you going to read this book?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure because typically you're not usually reading the DMGs.
No, but I do. I've with the release of the handbook and reading through it.
Yeah.
It has gotten me incredibly hyped for the trio of books.
Good. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I've said this before on previous episodes that this book kind of really renewed me as far as my peak interest in D&D. And I was interested in a lot of other systems for a while there, but this book really just it did it for me. And now I'm really excited to get my hands on the DMG and eventually the Monster Manual.
Right.
I want all of them.
speaking of the monster manual, as excited as I am for magic items and the cost of them that we're going to be getting in the DMG, the monster manual releasing February 18th next year is the one I'm really stoked for. They showed off some more art from that, of course, and I just want to see these new buffed up monsters to like take a swing at your now buffed up characters.
Yeah. I just really want to see how much information is going to be in this book, because when you're looking at the handbook itself, and we know how many pages they're all going to be, and how much information is in the handbook, and then just imagining that dedicated to monsters.
Solely to creatures.
Just
going to be
to creatures.
going
and
against.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, I'm so stoked.
I can't even fathom how interesting this book is going to be.
Yeah. It's just going to be such an interesting read, because obviously it's not going to read like the player's handbook did. Obviously, there's a lot of flavor text and things like guiding you through how it works. I'm not expecting the monster manual to run you through every single monster as much as it's going to be just block after block after block after block, but in tons of art, right? Like, I'm so excited. Actually, this just made me think about something. We're going to be updating everyone's characters soon. Where does that leave Lux, your character? You're not getting any of these upgrades, except, maybe some changes to spells here and there. So
yeah, I'm getting changes to spells, which is going to be pretty major. Plus, I think I don't know. I've got some things to discuss with my GM about some possible character changes.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Basically, what I was getting at is, if at any point you don't feel like you're keeping up with the other characters, let me know, because right now you're not outpacing everybody. You know what I mean? For playing a homebrew class and subclass, you're good. It's actually pretty balanced. I've never felt like you were behind anyone, but I never feel like you're ahead of anyone. And I'm worried that, especially the barbarian, is going to jump forward a bit, and that
absolutely.
you might feel behind.
Am I going to be outclassed by the new 2024 Murder Machine revision? Absolutely, I'm going to be outclassed. But when has that ever changed the way that I play a
You're already
character?
talking. You just mentioned you're going to talk to your GM about updating some
That's
things.
not a power creep
That's
update.
not related?
No, it's not. Well, I mean, it's related, but it's not a power creep related.
Okay.
You're talking to the person that had the choice between gaining expertise in perception or animal handling. And I took animal handling.
Yeah, you did. It's a choice.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm not against it. Are you multi-classing the fighter?
No.
It's not about the power creep. However, I would like action search.
Yeah. Give me some action, sir.
All right. Even more hype than the core books. I say that because, I'm really looking forward to these books. I wasn't expecting this, though. The Dragon Anthology they mentioned. Working title, of course, that.
I was going to say, we don't actually have a title for this yet. Yeah.
But Anthology of Dragon Adventures. It's going to be 10 short adventures based around dragons, and be the first anthology using the 2024 rules. This is going to be launching summer of next year, 2025. Basically, I mentioned in the video that most players haven't actually fought a dragon.
Yeah.
And, Richard, have you ever fought a dragon?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago was it?
Oh, years.
There we go. I've never fought a dragon.
Yeah, you have.
When?
You were there when I fought a dragon.
That doesn't mean I fought a dragon.
You watched me kill a dragon with a crossbow bolt.
Have not fought a dragon. I literally stood, maintaining concentration on breaths.
Yeah.
While a dragon fought me. An mechanical dragon at that.
Fair enough.
Icewind Dale. I've been there while my friends have fought dragons.
No, I've
never fought a dragon.
I like this a lot because
I've ran dragons. I've never fought a dragon.
Yeah, 10 individual scenarios.
Yeah,
where you can work a dragon into
dungeons too. They're going to be there right here.
Yeah.
So I'm really stoked for this. I'm absolutely going to be picking this up, even if we weren't covering this. This is something I would pick up. Just one shots, just mixing them into games.
Oh yeah, even as just a one shot. Yeah, that's going to be great.
Yep. After that, in the fall, we're looking at a new starter set, which of course this was going to come. They always put these out, and we always buy them. They're always interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say, I plan on buying
Mine's
it.
Fandelver and, stuff like that. Like, they're good. Brow, great for new players. I always like, the little dice they come with. can never have enough dice.
It's good to have in the collection.
And you know, they need a new one for the 2024 version. I'm actually surprised it's going to be basically a year from release from the core books before we can get it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought this was going to be the summer release, not a fall release.
Yeah, I thought it would have been, because it would have made a lot of sense just to get like that renewed interest in the game,
right,
and getting new people into a new system.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. They were trying to really cram to get these 3 books out right now, probably shunting the R&D.
But we've got a Dragon anthology in the summer?
True, but I think it's a lot easier than a whole starter set.
Is it?
Yeah, I would think so.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's a lot
whole
easier.
Book about new dragons.
Yeah, but it's
10
one-shots.
different one-shots.
Basically 10 one-shots.
But the starter sets are borderline like 3 one-shots built into one single mini campaign. You know,
maybe. Yeah.
It's just to get you to what, level 3 usually, level 5, like.
We'll see how in depth it is.
That's true. It's true. We don't actually know much about it yet, other than it's going to be based on the original Keep on the Borderlands. It can be the Borderlands area from 1979. And is going to explore legendary keep, nearby wilderness, and dreaded caves of chaos. So that'll be neat. Like you said, hey, how big is it going to be? 3 areas at this area, you know, this environment. Maybe it will be pretty big. We'll see.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm excited for that too. Something to look forward to next year. But speaking of next year, I'm going to skip ahead to this a little bit. My favorite part of the whole show.
Oh, yeah.
The Forgotten Realms source books. This I'm excited for. We've spent so much time in the Forgotten Realms over the last decade, and knowing that they're not ignoring it or leaving behind. In fact, they're almost doubling down on it. So in late 2025, we're going to be getting a box set that has 2 books, a player's guide and a DM's guide, that are going to focus on the Forgotten Realms. They're going to include new subclasses, feats, background spells, and factions such as the Harpers and Red Wizards of Fae. There's also going to be some lesser factions that are getting a promotion, so to speak, as they say. The book's also going to include details on specific inclusions, including Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, the Moonshae Isles, and the Dale Inns, and Kalashon? I'm stoked. I'm really excited for this, even though it's stuff like, oh, I could just dig through old things I have, and I want to see this new take on this. Everything is a nice coat of paint right now. Just give me this in a nice package where I'm going to have 2 books to read through. And I like being able to hey, players, here's this. Enjoy. And here's my own. Also, video watchers, if you see the camera is shifting when we go around curves, it's because we record on a Osmo, which is a gimbaled camera. So when we go around curves, the camera is like, whoa, I gotta correct this. And sometimes it goes a lot.
It's fine.
By the way, Richard, you're going to turn left in 1.5 miles.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, I'm super stoked. Any thoughts?
No, I think this is going to be really cool. I'm really excited to see what these new backgrounds are going to be.
Right.
Yeah, I want to know what these are.
Well, they've all got to be built in to the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah,
right?
I think they're going to be themed for that.
You're going to get I don't know, Baldur's Gate, Charlatan style thing.
I'm just wondering, is it going to just be like a reskin of the existing ones, or are we going to get something truly unique out of this? So I'm really hyped to see what we're going to get here.
Right. So we shall see. I would say soon enough, but it's not soon enough.
Yeah, it's a bit far out.
Yep. Not directly book related, but just good news nevertheless. And I know it's something they've been doing with these core books, and I'm glad to hear they're going to be doing going forward. But local game stores are going to have early access from now on with these D&D books. Ooh, let's see what the camera does. We're hitting the brakes.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, it looks fine. Basically, Wizard of the Coast is providing local game stores with products 2 weeks before they officially launch. And you're also going to find supporting play events showcasing the things from the games and stuff like that, the books, around the time. One of our local stores saying, when my kids play at tomorrow, unfortunately we can't go because we have to go to another thing, which is what we're driving to right now. They're going to be doing a celebration of the Player's Handbook launch by running people through, it's a big catered event. It's all pre-generated characters and stuff. It's $30 and you just go get food and play D&D for 5 hours. I want to go so bad, but we can't because we have obligations in Atlanta.
I have obligations and I'm dragging him with.
This is a duo.
No, I really like this initiative to support like your FLGS.
Yep.
And then getting that stuff early is really going to be a boon, I think, for stores, because it gives people a reason to go out to their local store.
Right.
Because they're going to be able to get a preview of stuff. So I like this model of support, and I'm really happy to see that they're going to double down on it.
Yeah, for sure. Video watchers, get ready. We're about to take a really sharp turn. Whee! Oh, there it goes. It's all on Richard.
Oh, it's all me.
Is it going to come back? Oh, it's trying.
It's trying. It'll do okay.
It's doing all right.
It's fine.
This is going better than I expected. We'll see how the audio sounds later. Aside from that, one thing I care about less, but I know a lot of people do care about, Magic the Gathering D&D cards. We've already got, decks and stuff like that and booster packs. They've done the Forgotten Realms things. But they highlighted there's going to be a Magic the Gathering D&D Secret Lair. There's going to be custom cards and artwork and stuff celebrating the 50th anniversary of the game. There's some like Baldur's Gate, the game, art cards, stuff like that. We saw Karlak and Asterion.
Yeah.
The Asterion ones they're pretty hot.
Yeah.
It's cool. Karlak ones, pretty hot. So I'm stoked. Am I going to buy them? I don't know.
I can see.
I don't play the game.
Exactly.
I don't play Magic.
The thing about Secret Lair is that you're not buying a large number of cards. And this is something that is kind of cool that if I were to pick up, it would be to frame to put in the studio.
I would frame these.
Yeah. Frame it and put it up in the studio.
If we pick them up, they'll be framed and, in the shot. You'll see them.
Yeah.
Aside from that, even more important than Magic the Gathering, they're showcasing, the fact that there's going to be 12 Lego minifigs.
Whee!
Richard and I already have 4 of them because they released September 1st, which is in the past.
Yeah.
So I got the Dragonborn Paladin and Strahd von Zarovich, which are the 2 I was looking for, and I'm so hyped. Richard?
I got Tasha and the Illithid, which were the 2 that I wanted. Now, am I going to get the whole set for my desk? Absolutely.
Hey.
But at the time, I just got a couple. But no, I plan on getting the whole set because they are all absolutely adorable.
They're really cool.
They are very cool minifigs.
The little mind flare, like the little, oh man, what am I looking for? Intellect Devourer that came with yours is so cute.
Yeah, the little Intellect Devourer. And Tasha actually has a spell book with a spell in it. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, which is hilarious. And she's got her cauldron of everything.
And Strahd has a rat.
Yeah, Strahd has a rat, a cup, and a sword.
He does have a sword that he's not using because he's a gentle man. You know what I mean?
It's cool. I don't collect Lego at all. I don't have any other Lego minifigs.
So it sounds like you collect Lego.
But I guess I collect Lego now. They're cool.
They doubled down on their third-party D&D content. Bringing up that they're working with third-party creators to support D&D material going forward, including partnerships with Griffin Saddlebag, Hit Point Press, MCDM, Loot Tavern, Kobold Press, Ghostfire Gaming, Dungeon Dudes, and Free League Publishing. Dungeon Dudes were actually also in the D&D Direct. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was funny because they must have shot that right after we left one of our press events.
Yes.
Because they were dressed exactly the same and were in exactly the same room. And this was right after I'd talked to them. I actually did just talk to Monty and Kelly there. And after we left, they must have done an interview. So, dang it, we shouldn't have left. Because that was really cool. So, congrats, Kelly and Monty, for getting to be in the D&D Direct. That was really cool.
Yeah, and the third-party stuff is really cool. This is something that we actually talked to people about at the event at Gen Con, at multiple events, actually. About D&D's support of third-party content and how they're trying to make it easier to bring on more third parties.
Yep.
And this is just good news for everybody.
Yeah.
Because more content is not a bad thing in any situation. So.
No, not at all. In fact, it was... we've seen, growing presence of third-party content as they've been doing it. But I'm just really... it's like the what is it? The money where your mouth is sort of thing. Like, they're not just saying it; they are actually doing it.
Yeah,
we've seen a commitment to bringing third-party content to D&D Beyond, which I think is the best place for it. Because it just, look at us. Like, we are significantly more likely to purchase and play, with third-party content. like a Dragon Time. Speaking of Dungeon Dudes, when they did their Kickstarter, I wanted to support them, so I purchased the like mega edition. I have everything they have, minis, books, everything. We've never used it. Maybe we will someday. The rat actually is up in another shot in some of our videos. But being able to have it digitally makes it significantly more likely we actually use that stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
However, and I want to throw this out here to anyone that wasn't at Gen Con, I don't know if they've made this public or not. If you are a third-party content creator and you're considering trying to get your stuff on the D&D Beyond Marketplace, you can reach out to 3, like that's in the digit, P, so 3P content request at wizards.com. That's 3P content request at wizards.com. That is the link they gave us at Gen Con for third-party creators to reach out to them and try to get their stuff on the site. So just wanted to shout that out to you guys. So yeah, keep it up, D&D. I'm glad to see this up there. Last, they deep dove a little bit into Project Sigil. As Garrett would say, Project Sigil, and he's wrong. Gross.
No, it's Sigil.
It's
Sigil.
Yeah. Big thing here. It's going to be PC at launch. PC only, though it's going to be coming to other things. They showed off Baldur's Gate 3 characters and stuff, which they had at Gen Con, the D&D Live event they did with Brennan Mulligan and everyone. And they showed off the character builder a little bit, and they showed off 2D tokens, and that you could access them from the game or import your own. And that just screams you're going to have to pay for the 3D ones.
Yeah, we kind of knew this though, right?
Did we know it or did we fear it?
That's the thing though, is anybody that says that like they're shocked by this, I think had their head a little bit in the sand. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It's something that we knew this was going to be this way. Like, everybody knows that there's going to be a basic package and you're going to be buying models or you're going to be paying for import of models and stuff like that. That's just something that's going to be. It's part of it. There's no way that they were just going to give this entire system away with, all this world building absolutely free.
Sure.
Right? They're going to have to make their money somewhere. And some stuff is going to be locked behind paywalls. So yeah, this didn't come as a shock to me, and I think if it came as a shock to you, you maybe were in a little bit of denial.
I am still interested in seeing. I want to know what the monetization this is going to be. Right? Is this going to be looped in at all to the master tier of D&D Beyond?
Oh, I think there's going to be something
separate charge.
Yeah, I think there'll be something like that.
So,
I think there will be separate charges if you're not at a master tier. But I think that if you have these tiers, just like getting free dice every month, and free frames and stuff like that, you're going to you're going to get inclusions based on your
Well, they mentioned as they're calling them modules, which are like mini campaigns with storylines and models and environments and stuff that you can pick apart and use as you wish for your own games, or you can run it as is. And I wouldn't be surprised, 1, those are individually for sale, or 2, if those are included as monthly bonuses, depending on which way they go, subscription or not.
No, I can see that.
They did specifically say something that caught my ear. That Project Sigil is free to try.
Yeah.
That's just like, so they're not going to be a base free version?
I think there probably will be. I think their free to try is going to be free to try in all-inclusive.
You think
package.
That will be the base version?
And then I think there will probably be something that will be incredibly base that will be free for people to use, kind of like the combat or the encounter builder sort of situation. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You mean like the maps thing? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, honestly, like none of this stuff comes as a surprise to me. And personally, none of it changes my opinion of Sigil. Right. I'm still excited for Sigil. The only thing from this that I worried about, and the only thing from this that I would take away, was the PC only. That they haven't got it really wired down as far as the mobile stuff is considered, or tablets.
Right.
I think that's where they're going to get hurt the most. And that's because I see people using it PC when you're playing like long distance games, Discord games. which were more common during COVID when, you know, a lot of this stuff got birthed and D&D had a resurgence. I would see it being used at tabletops where people have tablets and phones. But if that's not going to be an option at launch, how is it going to affect the user base?
I do wonder, but sorry, there's semi next to us. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Probably can. Our players, right?
Yeah.
We'd be if we're using it at our table at all, which we've considered, you know, for certain events and things, at least especially to try it out. Using tablets and, you know, tablets and tablets. What am I saying? Phones and tablets, different variations of sizes of screens, or even getting a tablet and putting it in front of the DM screen to show off virtual environments, to really show off an area.
Yeah.
Like different ideas there. But if it's all PC based, I mean, we can definitely do that. I'm not going to do that at the table.
No.
Like that. That's going to be for remote games.
Yeah, it's going to be for remote
You know, if we
games,
bring back Z-Team, that's probably what we're going to do. And I know, you know, our friend up north wants to do that. So yeah, we'll end up getting some use out of, you know, the PC version.
Yeah. I'm just worried that it's going to
limiting.
that you're automatically cutting your player base significantly in a place where you want the most usability.
Right.
And I know that it's in development, you know, this is a thing that it's really hard to roll out a simultaneous launch across a bunch of different platforms. But I think it's going to hurt them.
D&D owns, they're constantly putting stuff out like this, though. You know, like they're putting things out in alpha and beta all the time between the encounter builder and the maps. Like they're always doing this. Like they put things out for long periods of time to fine tune it to certain groups, whether it's PC or people with the DM tier, you know, the master tier. For a long time, I've had access to, you know, things that, you know, even people with the player tier haven't been able to use. So they're not strangers to this like behavior. So I'm not shocked that this is how they're doing it. But when they come out and they're like, yeah, it's going to be on like PlayStation and stuff, you know, people are like, yeah, I'm going to play this everywhere.
Yep.
So, you know, I guess it is a little disappointing.
Yeah. That,
you know, will just be PC only.
But yeah, no, that was my only real disappointment. Like everything else is pretty much on par with what I expect from Sigil, and I'm still excited for it.
Totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much it for the event. At least everything I can remember of note. Lots of beautiful art, cool people talking, stuff like that. It was neat. At one point during the video, you can actually it shows D&D live, and you can, you know, Brendan Lee Mulligan, everyone's on stage, Anjali, and you know they're all like, oh, cool, playing a game. And if you look, zoom and enhance on the bottom, middle bottom left corner, you can see Richard me. I was rewatching it earlier before we filmed this, and I sent a picture of Richard, and I was like, it's us! Like, I know those backs. So that was fun. It's neat being in videos for thing that, you know, content we consume.
Yeah.
That was funny. But overall, good direct, too short, missing anything you were expecting?
Overall, no, I mean, it was a good direct. It was short, to the point. It had everything that I expected and pretty much wanted to see. So, yeah, I mean, I wasn't disappointed in it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just picky, I guess. Like, I wanted more, because who doesn't want
always
more?
Want more.
I do think that showing us just the next year is not them overreaching. I think that's good.
Yeah.
If they went into 2026 at that point, then, you know, what do you have to show us next year?
And then you're speculating, and like I think it's too much.
Content gets pushed.
Yeah.
This is safer.
I think it's too much.
And the content they showed us is good content. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. Overall, I'm really hyped. Between the Dragon Anthology and the Forgotten Realms, I'm pretty good. If I get those and the rest of the core books, good. That's going to be a good year.
Yeah, I think we have a good year of D&D. I think we have a nice, strong start to things.
Yep.
And it just builds up the hype and excitement for everything to come.
Yeah. Oh, entirely unrelated to D&D or the D&D Direct. This December, there's over near PAX Unplugged, there's going to be a Daggerheart Christmas game, their Christmas game by Critical Role, and it's supposed to be using the final version of the rules for Daggerheart.
Oh, yeah.
So buckle up. That's going to be awesome. Hopefully that means we're that much closer to getting the final version of Daggerheart in our hands too, which means, drumroll, we can finally do what we've always wanted and directly compare
Yes.
Daggerheart to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm so excited for this.
Yep.
But that is not today, that is another day, and that is farther down the line. If you have enjoyed this at all, if you're watching on YouTube, a like is appreciated. A subscription is even more so, because we are on our road to not only Atlanta, but our road to 1,000. If you are on podcast services, the other ones, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, all those things, 5 stars are cool if you like. Otherwise, hey, thanks for listening and or watching. I hope this wasn't the worst audio you've ever listened to or consumed in a podcast. And if it was, I am terribly sorry, and we'll never do it again.
It's an experimental thing.
It
Plus,
is.
we're also gradually plunging into darkness.
It is getting so dark.
So, I mean, if we just kept talking, eventually we'd just fade to black.
You'd see a gentle light, a red and blue light from our microphones.
Yeah, that's it.
But for now, I've been Tyler.
And I've been Richard.
And we've been True
True
Strike. Bye, everyone. Hey, adventurers. Thanks again for joining us today. Please be sure to give us a follow on your favorite podcasting platforms and YouTube. If there's any questions you'd like to write into the show, you can hit us up on X, Threads, or Instagram. New episodes released every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for listening to True Strike.